All right, and this is Woke Wars. Welcome to another episode.
And I'm already out of coffee because we've been trying to set this up for two and a
Oh
half
my
hours.
gosh, bro. I thought we were past that. What's up,
Well,
guys? What's up, my dear friend Luis? How you been, my man? It's
I've
been
been
a
good.
while
It's been a
since
while.
our last recording session.
Yeah, our release schedule might not show this, but it's been more than a month, and we actually found time to sit down
I know.
I wanted to make it very very regular, but we all have our day jobs and our lives and our responsibilities, and
Yeah,
we
and
still
we're
do
not
this for
making
fun.
we're not making millions yet, like Joe Rogan. So we cannot. We
Yeah,
have to kind of like be smart with our schedules.
yeah,
And
but
we're tied to other responsibilities, but this is a passion project so far.
hmm
um yeah, and I think we're doing a good job keeping it steady and like actually blueprinting it, like having a plan, having a marketing strategy. Kind of, we have some people helping us
of course.
in the behind the curtains, so it's been very cool to
hmm
see this thing come to fruition and
Yeah,
develop into an actual
thing.
thing. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be chatting with you,
Well,
even though it's
this is the. Did I scream to you?
no. Well, you should be able to.
This is fun, and free discourse is it's interesting because it helps us to develop our own ideas too,
And articulate them and communicate them.
and not just that, it humbles us a lot too, because once you say something, then sometimes you realize that what you're saying is not correct, or there are other points of view or other optics to it, and you end up learning and changing your opinion sometimes, or reinforcing your previous opinion.
Or yeah,
So it's a developing process, which is cute.
yeah.
Which
Let's
is
foster
cute.
discourse, civil discourse,
Civil discourse,
and
yeah.
let's challenge our own biases and
Civil until
till we.
we start boxing here.
Oh
What
my!
wars?
Cue the intro. All right. So much has happened.
Oh my
We
gosh,
have
yes.
had
Like you said, spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel. We didn't have
The
a wheel
wheel, yeah.
today, but maybe we'll cue like a fake wheel. We're gonna put Roe v. Wade on it. We're gonna put the latest shootings in. Where were the shootings again? So many.
Texas. I don't. There was another one after the
Well, there's a bunch, but that one was the biggest, I guess, and the one that's most
recent.
egregious. And
Egregious. All of them are, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you can put a level of
no,
malevolence. I mean, if it's one life that is taken away, innocent life that is taken away in such a horrendous form like that, like you can't put a scale in it.
hmm
If it's 2 or 3 people that died for absolutely no reason, because there's a psychopath out there that just decided to go out and shoot people, and like it's disgusting in my
Right.
opinion, and it's very sad.
yeah.
So yeah, my heart goes to all the families. I mean, I guess we all feel empathy.
In the great words, or in the words of the great Freddie Mercury, is this the world we created?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely it could be definitely one of the symptoms of certain cultural aspects, or even the symptoms of an ideologically sick society,
Ooh.
I would say.
Dropping the I bomb. I see.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, I guess.
yeah.
But there's so many elements to it. Like, we can't just blame one thing and
For
say,
sure.
"Oh, this is the issue," But I guess
Yeah.
I'm going right into it, man.
Let's just jump into it because we only have so much time since we spend most of the time trying to
I
get
know, and I
this
was
thing to
excited
work.
for today. I was
I
feeling
know.
good,
I was having such a good day, and then
and the
like
coffee's kicking in.
computers, right? And the computers decided to work against us today. So, but we're here and we're doing it, and that's what's important.
Yes, sir.
So-
Good to be here with you, my
Good
man.
to be. Yeah.
Let's kind of like break down what's happening right now.
Right.
So, do you wanna go ahead and
So the Supreme Court justices have decided in like a 6-3 decision that they would reverse the precedent that was set about now 50 years ago, because time flies. And this landmark decision that associated the privacy. This was originally right to privacy, whether or not the government should get in the business in the private relationship between the doctor and a patient,
Patient.
right? And then they took that one step further and saying, okay, well, doctor patient, there's a lot that can be discussed. One
Yeah.
of the subjects is abortion. Therefore, because of this original idea about privacy,
Right.
the government has no issue deciding what should or shouldn't be
Is that
done.
related to the Nuremberg
Nuremberg?
Act? That privacy, the right to privacy between doctor and patient has nothing to do with this, right?
With the not that I'm
Nuremberg.
aware. Maybe, but
Okay.
I'm not aware of that relationship.
Never mind then.
Um,
Brief parenthesis, but
Brief,
let's go back.
Yeah,
and
let's go
we're back.
So we this discussion is fundamentally about privacy, about how much government should legislate. And I believe I read this or I heard somebody speak about this. Even the ruling only applied to the first trimester, second trimester. So even the Roe v. Wade does not automatically protect abortion later down the line.
Right.
So it's not like a blanket, hey, you can abort right until the day your baby is due or anything like
Right.
that. It protects it. In that decision, I believe there was a range that was set.
Okay.
Right. So it wasn't crazy. Like going into a
'cause also-
viability of the fetus. It marked a line in the sand about 28 weeks or something like that.
Because part of the discussion as well is where does life begin?
Yeah, I mean, that's philosophical.
Where does life begin? And that's why, I mean, so which is also a pretty complex
Yeah. I mean,
thing.
if you ask a biologist, you'll have some answers. If you ask a religious person, they will have a different type of approach.
Yeah.
I would say that you can't write a line in the sand, but just because you can't write a line in the sand, you don't want to fall into the fallacy of the continuum fallacy, because you can't say from this day exactly life is sustainable, therefore there should be no decisions made around it.
And it opens up space for, like, let's say if you are in a coma or if you're in a vegetative state, would you be allowed to end that life?
Right.
Just one of the examples that you could make from that argument. So if the life is not sustainable for itself, then you can end it at any time. So I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Take somebody who's brain dead, who's been
exactly
like, a neurosurgeon told him, you're brain dead. There's nothing that's gonna bring you back. There's absolutely no chance. Your body's still alive.
Yeah.
You're still getting your oxygen pumped by a machine, your blood pumped by another machine, or maybe it's just part of your very, very deep nervous system is still working, and you're technically alive, but there's nothing there. As far as consciousness in his brain. So is that a life worth defending? Well, if you want to be pro-life, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Because I love consistency. I would say if you want to defend one life, defend all lives, and I'll give that to anybody who wants to defend that. My problem most of the time is how they apply that criteria. But before we get into that deep end.
But see, I have a more nuanced opinion about abortion. My only question, and it's part of what I wrote. My only concern with legalizing abortion in all instances and all circumstances is the question I asked is where do we as a society draw that line on abortion? If it's something that needs to exist in order for women to function, to function properly in society, where do we draw that line? Where it's not just, you're not just killing a life, ending a life, stopping a life for convenience, and because you don't want to take on the responsibility of raising a child. Because I feel like it could become a social pathology if you just legalize it like that. You have the right to kill a baby inside of your body because it's your body, it's your choice, but it's not really. It's just something that is connected to your body. It's developing inside your body, but it is a unique human being that is in there, and at some point will detach and become its own individual.
At some point.
At some point, yes, but does that, just because it's attached to the woman's body for a period of time, does that give her the person the right to end that life? And under what circumstances? Is it just for convenience? Is just to run away from the responsibility? I just think that throughout, I mean, I would say that maybe since the idea of abortion at practice started, we haven't been making a good case of why it's good to become a parent and become, to adhere to that responsibility as a parent, and the good things that come with that. I think today the narrative that if a young woman becomes pregnant and at a young age while she's striving for her professional career and becomes pregnant by accident, that will end her career, or that'll just end her life right there. It will destroy her dreams um, of becoming a successful professional, or you know. So I think those ideas kind of go together, and I think nowadays the normalizing of abortion has become a problem more than it should in society. So I'd like to draw that line.
Hmm.
I'd like to draw the line and say, okay, if it's can we have, should we have abortion as a medical procedure um, in extreme circumstances? Let's say the life of the mother is at risk because there's a complication. Um, the pregnancy is the consequence of sexual abuse or rape. I think that's a gray area too that we should look into it. Like, should we allow that? I mean, in my opinion, yes, because in that case, the woman suffered abuse. That's a crime,
Hmm.
and she shouldn't have to bear the burden that comes from a crime, and it was forceful, imposed on her. So, but I think there's a line there. Like, there's nuance to that
Yeah.
subject, and I
There's
think I
also
think it's only fair. It's only like logical to say that. It's not like, oh, that's if some people say that's not consistent or that's not.
like
I don't think so. I think like everything, it's certain things I believe that we cannot uh, be so relative. But certain things, like we can always understand that it depends. It depends. The context, it's relative. It's not, you don't apply the same you don't apply the same idea to every circumstance.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching until the end. This has been Woke Wars, and I hope you liked our conversation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Tell us what you'd like to hear us talk about next. Also, check out some of our other episodes. We post every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will see you on the next one.